and welcome back to another episode of Who Would Win. I am Dom from Soundsphere Magazine. I'm with my guest Jay from Inkblot Films. We really enjoyed doing the first episode with the Jokers, picking between the Jokers. We had who would win in a fight, which is very specific to what we're doing on this channel. We're doing who would win in a fight. So we had who would win between Jack Nicholson's Joker and Heath Ledger's Joker. We had a really good little debate on that. We've thought a little more about this one in terms of setting. We put a tweet out last week giving people a couple of options, and we intend to keep doing that. We're gonna run through this as like a series. This might become an episode, this one, because we're quite excited about it. But today we're doing John Wick versus Wolverine. But so in the universe, we're talking old man Logan Wolverine. Now, some purists might say, "Oh, that's not Wolverine," but I believe that still counts. Jay, what do you feel about that?
He's still Wolverine. He's just an old man Wolverine.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes. Plus, we thought there was something like a poetic symbiosis, like between John Wick, who's been in retirement from his assassination duties, and Wolverine coming out of retirement and then having to be brought back in for one final sort of battle, and there's something kind of cool about that.
Yeah, absolutely. And so basically how we've looked at it is John Wick has been ordered by the high table to go after the pesky Wolverine who's causing them trouble, and he's helping old ladies, and he's helping people out, and he's meddling in business. He's meddling in high table business. And John Wick, who is of course unfortunately leading off from the last film, because we're doing the films because it's popular culture. Obviously, we could look at comics and we could be here all day, and obviously
I'm always yours, mate.
Both me and Jay are big comic book fans, but we think in terms of ease. Yeah, I'm looking at it. I'm going to get that as well. That looks really cool.
Totally get it.
There's like a Venom T-Rex in it. Anyway, so just for ease, we're going to go for the films and keep it simple. So we're leaving off from. So we're going to have the Logan character. Obviously, he's not dead. He didn't die. Like, we're going to have a Logan character from the last film and John Wick from the last John Wick film. But Logan's not dead. So Logan.
It happened just before. It happened after John Wick 3, but before Logan.
Yeah, somewhere in that timeline. Absolutely. So the high table. This is really important, obviously, because people might assume, oh well, as good as John Wick is, Wolverine is still, even though he's not healing as fast, he's still pretty badass. So people might say, oh well, it's not really much of a fight, but it is going to be a fight because John Wick is armed with adamantium bullets. Adamantium bullets, pew pew pew, dead Wolverine. or will that happen? Who knows? We don't know yet. Who would win? John Wick, high up, pointing a gun, 6 adamantium bullets. Wolverine sniffs him out, chucks a trash can, knocks him off, right? Knocks him off onto the street, right? John Wick feels it, right? Wolverine's angry. Wolverine's angry. John Wick's angry. John Wick has adamantium gloves, right? To take the fight, right?
Yeah. But he doesn't have any adamantium covering his face. He's maybe got a bulletproof vest. He's got gloves. Maybe some knee pads or something, but he's not as protected,
Wolverine goes for a claw swipe on John Wick. John Wick blocks, stands up. They stand up, right? Wolverine puts his claws away, and then they fight for an undisclosed amount of time. Because we can
be as long and as bloody as you like.
We just kind of glossed over it because we don't have all the time in the world.
But I feel like that kind of, with John Wick's speed and that Logan's sort of fury, there could be a lot of good choreo. There could be a 15-minute choreographed fight right there.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, again, a little bit of a questionable move, because I know I'm controlling John Wick in this scenario. John Wick still has his gun, right? Still has his gun tucked away. Shoots Wolverine in the leg. Doesn't go for the kill shot.
No.
Shoots him in the leg. Right? I think we said the right leg.
You said the right leg.
Right. So he's on the ground and he's getting angry. The claws come out. You said that. The claws come out.
Yeah, he's like, screw this.
So he's getting angry. He's getting angry at John, and he hears Winston from behind. And he's like, John,
we'll take it from here.
We'll take it from here. Everybody surrounds Wolverine. Everyone's pointing guns at Wolverine. Wolverine,
he's probably got those little laser sights all over him.
Yeah,
the rain is still coming down.
He's ready to die. He's ready to die for the cause. John says, stop what you're doing. Now, John Wick. Like, the reason I made that choice, John Wick is paid. He's the hero in his movies. Wolverine is quite often the hero, but in order to beat Wolverine, we can't forget that John's a mercenary. He's an assassin.
Yeah,
He's made a choice because he's controlled by a high table.
It's just business. It's not.
He's doing a job. Yeah, it's not personal. It's just business. And I would have added that if I'd have thought about it. I would have added that as a quote somewhere in there.
That's probably what he said when he held the gun up to him.
Yeah. So he's got the gun up. This is just before Winston stops him. That's what he says. We're putting that in there. We're shoehorning that right in.
He's going to retcon that.
Shoehorn that right in. So everyone's got the guns pointed at Wolverine. Justice. He go in true Keanu fashion. He goes, whoa. Stop what you're doing.
Yeah.
Right? He looks at Wolverine. Wolverine looks back at him. John Wick's had a crisis of conscience. He realises he made the wrong choice. He realises he's not fighting on the right. He's not fighting on the right side. He's not working. It's a bit like the end of the movie where John's annoyed at the high table, and this is it. He's realised he's been given this job to do, and it's turned him into a kind of person he don't want to be. He shot Wolverine in the leg.
Wolverine's done some questionable stuff, but he's always fought for the right side. They've
just had a 15-minute battle. A 15-minute battle of respect between two great assassins.
Yeah.
And now Winston has come up, the high table has come up and said, no, we'll take it from here. And John Wick's like, crisis of conscience. He knows he's done the wrong thing. He stops him, and they have a moment. Wolverine and John Wick have a moment together.
Yeah.
And that's that. That's
and the next one will be pretty soon, where we come up with the how this concludes, the thrilling conclusion of Logan.
Some of these could be 2 or 3 parters. There won't be any longer than that, but I think this one will have a solid conclusion by the next one. So the options. We'll do a tweet. It'll be on the Soundsphere magazine Twitter. We'll link up with Jay's Inkblot Films as well. And me and Jay, after this, will come up with some scenarios post this.
Yeah.
And whoever, basically, we'll come up with a few.
Yeah.
But you come up with your own as well.
Yeah. If you have any ideas, explain it. It can be in great detail. It can just be a few lines. It can be whatever you want. But if you think you know those characters, we think we know these characters too, but if you think you know these characters and you want to pitch in because you think this would happen going forward,
and of course we're spitballing, we're exercising our imaginations in lockdown.
All on the fly. we don't know how this is going to end.
We're just doing it on the fly because something we enjoy. We're like I say, we're two friends and
two nerds.
Two nerds who love
two
movies.
Dorks. Just geeking out about characters that don't exist and would never interact in even in a fictional universe.
Yeah.
But if they did, how would it end?
So we invite you to be the same. We invite you to be nerds with us. All right.
So join the dweebery.
Yeah, so we'll give you some options on Twitter, and we'll put those in the comments to this, in the links in the description to this video.
Mm-hmm.
You guys come up with something as well. If you guys don't like our options, come up with your own, and then we will talk.
Tell us why your ideas are better than our ideas, because we like to be proven wrong.
Yeah.
As much as we like to think that we're right. So anything could happen from this stage. What we can retcon it.
Absolutely.
We can add a flashback if we want to. It's fine.
And we'll talk exactly be as open as you want to be, and we will put that into practice in the second part of Wolverine versus John Wick. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for listening. I've been Dom Smith from Soundsphere. That's Jay from Inkblot Films.
Yeah.
And we will see you next time.
See ya.
Who's going to win?
Who would win? Who would win?
Who's going to win?
Who would win? That's the theme tune now.